fwends! So in this video, we're going to learn some quick extraction in ZBrush. I'm going to keep this as short as possible so you guys don't get bored. So let's start! So for this example, I'm just going to select this head from the light box and bring it up on our canvas. It's not loading. Whoa! Ta-da! Okay, here it is. Alright. So for extracting, what we need to do is mask out the parts we want to extract, okay? So for example, you can also work in this low poly thing if you want. It'll look like this. Hold Control for mask and draw. See, it'll look like that. But if you want a more cleaner mask, one thing you can do is go here to, in the toolbox, go to Geometry, and then go to divide. So we're just going to subdivide our mesh so we have, more to work on, a more dense mesh. So when we hold Control again and draw, it's much more cleaner. Alright, so, whichever works for you. But personally, I want a cleaner mask, so I'm just gonna go for this. Alright, we're gonna just draw what we want. I'm gonna do a mask for this one, like a face mask. Alright, so I'm just gonna draw out what I want. I'm also not too worried about keeping this clean. Oh no, oopsie. Alright, yeah, I'm not too worried about keeping this clean because I just want to show you how this masking thing is done. Alright, so if you're happy with your mask or with whatever you have, just go over here to Subtool. And then we're gonna scroll down a bit and go here to Extract. Alright. And over here we have a bunch of buttons. So, and the Extract button basically lets you see a preview of what your extraction will look like. So say you wanted to see a preview right now, just hit this button and there you go, that's your preview. And if you notice, if you move around it anyway or change any settings over here, it will, the preview will disappear. So you just have to keep hitting extract, okay? So next one, we have the smoothness. So the smoothness basically just smooths out the edge. And then we also have thickness, which basically controls the thickness of your extraction. I'm gonna show you right here. So for example, we have 0.02 for thickness. Hit extract, that's what it looks like. But if you increase it to like 0.5 and hit extract again, you can see that it extracted a lot. So yeah, just be careful of that. And also something to take note of is that you don't want to make your extraction too thin because you might lose a lot of that once you sculpt. So I'm just gonna put this back at 0.02. Alright, so okay, the next one we have is accept. Accept basically just finalizes your extraction. Then we have double-sided surface, which will make your half of extraction inside of the mesh, like it's gonna, how do you say it, dig in the mesh, and then half of it is gonna be outside. So in some cases you might not, in some cases you might want that, but for this one, I want the mask to be on top of the skin of the person, so I'm not gonna click that. Then we also have over here corner quadrilaterals and thin border. And again, if you wanna see the descriptions, just hold Control and hover your mouse, and you'll see a description. Alright, so after playing with the settings, say you're happy with this kind of extraction, just hit accept. And there is your extraction. Ta-da! And if you go over here in the subtool, you're gonna see that it created another subtool for your mask. So you can close this one if you don't need it. And if you want to get rid of the mask, again, just hold Control and drag on the background to remove the mask. So now we have this. And if you want to clean this up a bit, you can go over here to Geometry and then go to zremesh, okay? There are a bunch of different ways to clean this up, but I'm just showing you one quick way. So again, back to zremesher. Zremesher basically just remeshes your thing into whatever poly count you want. So over here you can see target polygons count. So the lower you put it in, say like 1, it's gonna be a lower poly. And if you put it at like 100 or something, that's gonna be really high poly. So for this one, I'm just gonna make it a lower poly, so around 1. And I'm gonna hit the zremesher button. Then now the zremesh is in progress. You can see it on top. Just wait for it. And now we have this. So you can see the different the polys and stuff. And with this, you can go down here to deformation. And scroll up. You're gonna see a bunch of features on polish, relax, etc. You can play around again, but for this one, I'm just gonna go to polish, crisp edges, and I'm just gonna do that. See, so you can see like some wiggly parts are no longer as wiggly. So you can see that. Here's an example. See, so it's much more smoother now. Okay, and yeah, and if you're happy with that and you wanna make it high poly again, you can just subdivide it. So subtool, geometry, and then divide. Then it's back to its thing. And as a bonus for this video, I'm gonna show you something. So for example, if you wanna sculpt on your mask already, if you notice, example, I'm just gonna make a quick thing. If you notice, it looks fine, right? It looks fine on front. But if you go at the back, you can see that it actually affected the back face. And sometimes you might want that, sometimes you don't. But in this case, if you don't want it, I'm just gonna Control Z. If you don't want that happening, just go up here to brush. And then under brush, go to auto masking. And under auto masking, just scroll down and you're gonna see backface mask, okay? So just hit that button, and when you go back and draw again, it no longer affects the back. And same thing as well, if you draw on the back, it no longer affects the front, right? And just to prove it even more, just in case you're wondering if it affects, the brush size, it doesn't affect the brush size. See? And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you learned something. And yeah, stay safe, guys. Bye bye.